Okay, hey everyone, welcome to the first video of my in-depth tutorial playlist for the realistic career mode rule set. If you've opened up the tutorials, obviously I've grabbed your interest, that's great. I really hope this career mode rule set will make all your career modes much more realistic and enjoyable. So this is the cover sheet. On the left hand side, you've got links to my socials, including a Patreon, which if you want to support this rule set, if you want to see it grow, with more content, more updates, DLCs, new additions, or if you just want to support me and my YouTube content in general, you can do that here. There's some exclusive rule set related perks that you can also check out. And on the right hand side of my cover page, you've got the download instructions. The original file will always be view only in my Google Drive so that everyone has access to an unaltered version that they can go back to. The way you download and use it is you have to make yourself a copy. In the top left-hand corner, you go to File, and you go make a copy. Now we're gonna name it Everton Career Mode for the purposes of this video, but you can name it anything you want, and you make yourself a copy. This then goes into your own personal Google Drive, and you can start using it. This takes a few moments because it's about 16 megs at this point with all the icons and the different club logos. And in general, I just want to say, if something runs a little bit slowly or lags, please be patient and remember that it's a spreadsheet and not a game or an official mod of some sort. Honestly, it blows my mind that it runs the way it does. So just be patient. It does run quite smooth and obviously better on PC and a laptop than on the mobile, but it is fully functional on mobile devices. For the mobile download, you need Google Sheets app and you go to share and export instead of file. You also make yourself a copy. It's the same thing. Now, once you have it, you don't need to ask for share access. It's fully editable, fully yours, and you can use it. With each new career mode, it's highly advisable to just go back to the original Google Drive and make yourself another copy just to make sure everything is reset properly. Now, for those of you who want to share your CoreDNA build or show it off, I've made a dedicated folder for this on my Google Drive. I'm hoping we can make a CoreDNA build library. I thought that would be pretty cool. And here are the instructions for how to upload into it. So you click the CoreDNA build sheet. This opens up a dedicated file where you can write your name. I've left a description box for you to share anything about your career mode or explain the choices you made if you want to do that. And then you go to your CoreDNA build sheet and it's exactly the same thing. It's just missing the logo in the top left. I've decided to save on space, but there is a way to put it back if you want to make it look nicer. I'll go over that in a second. The first thing you want to do is just make yourself a copy. Again, name it whatever you want. I'll call it Everton Share. You make yourself a copy and then it's fully yours. You can edit it and make your CoreDNA build. Once that's done, what you're gonna want to do is click this yellow CoreDNA build folder link so that it gives you access to this shared Google Drive. Now you can go back and what you have to do to upload into that folder is make a copy into it. So you go to make a copy, but this time you click on folder and you're gonna wanna find shared with me. Now sometimes you have to scroll back a little bit over here, but once you find this, you go and this CoreDNA builds folder should be available for you. And you find out of the dropdown where your team is. So England, Premier League in our case, Everton, and then you would select this and you would make a copy and that's it. Now, if you want to upload your club logo back into this CoreDNA sheet, what you have to do is you have to go to the club logos folder and find your club logo. So in our case, Everton, it's the same deal. You're going to want to find Everton. And you're going to want to download this. Once you've downloaded it, it's in your downloads folder. You go back to your sheet. You go to the League Team Data section and you scroll down to find your team. All the teams are listed here. In our case, Everton. And there's a section for club logo. What you're going to want to do is click this cell and then go to Insert, Image, Insert Image in the cell, and then upload it from your PC or from your phone. You browse for it in your downloads, it should be here. And then it's uploaded. Once it's uploaded, it should appear in your CoreDNA sheet. The only reason it's not appearing is because I've selected Arsenal. Once I select Everton, you see the logo appears here and in the CoreDNA sheet. And that's how you make it look a little bit nicer before you upload it into the dedicated folder that I mentioned. Once you're ready to go, it's time to move on to the club selection sheet. You go here and you're going to want to select your club. There's two drop downs, one for league and one for club, in our case Premier League, and we're going to go select Everton. All these stats will update for you, the logo will update, and you're going to select the checkbox to continue. Now in game, you're going to want to start it up as well. If you have a generic stadium, you have to go back to this club selection sheet, check your stadium tier, and then see which stadium you can pick in game. There's a tier list here. You'll see which one's available to you, and you're going to want to pick that in game. Next, you're going to want to check the settings here. Again, these are PDFs for you. You're going to want to check the settings. Some are suggested, some are mandatory. And these are the settings you're going to want to play by in game. Once you've done that, you don't want to move any farther in your career mode just yet. Definitely not past the preseason tournament selection screen. You're going to want to go to the CoreDNA sheet.